Hi! In this lesson, we're going to talk about quantum mechanical model. Okay, so that's the old model of an atom. Okay, so here we have oxygen atom. An oxygen atom has how many electrons? You're right, 8 electrons if it's neutral. So here we have, for example, neutral oxygen atom. Now the first shell can fit 2 electrons, second shell can fit 8 electrons, but here we have 6 electrons here, okay? So the second shell can fit 8 electrons, but because oxygen has 8 electrons, the first shell have 2, second shell has 6, okay? So we have 6 plus 2 equals 8. Okay, so that's for oxygen. Now that's a new model of an atom where we use the orbitals, okay? So the s orbital, p orbital, d orbital, f orbital, okay? So that's a quantum mechanical model. Now, if you're asking what's wrong about that model, the mistake here or what's wrong about it is that it doesn't apply the uncertainty principle and also doesn't have that spin. Okay, so let's start with uncertainty principle. So do you know what is uncertainty principle? You're right. Uncertainty principle tells us that you cannot know the location and the momentum of an electron at the same time. Okay, that's the uncertainty principle. As you can see here, it's not applying it. How? Because you can see that it's arranged. You know that as if it's showing us that we know that 100% electrons will be arranged like this. Okay, so that's wrong. Now, what is a spin? As it's like this. As you can see here, you have the second shell here. Okay. Now I'll go to spin. As you can see here, you have the second shell can fit maximum 8 electrons, but here we have 6. For example, it took 2 electrons. Okay, so it's full now. Now, it's wrong to say that the second shell can fit 8 electrons, okay, because we have that orbitals, and an orbital can fit maximum 2 electrons with opposite spin. So we have that clockwise spin and counterclockwise spin. So here it's also not fitting the spin, about the spin, okay, that it can fit maximum 8 electrons, and they're not talking about orbitals, and the orbital can fit 2 electrons with opposite spin, that we have the clockwise and counterclockwise. Okay, so when we're talking about quantum mechanical model, we should talk about what? The quantum number. Okay, let me flip the board here so I can talk about it. Okay, now, do you know what are the quantum number? And can you tell me them with their symbols? You're right. We have first thing, the size. Okay, so the size has the symbol of n. Now what does it tell us? It tells us the size of the orbital. Whenever we talk about the quantum number, we talk about the quantum number of the orbitals. Okay, so here we have the size, which has the symbol of n, and tells us about the size of that orbital. Now we go to the second one, which is the shape. Okay, which has the symbol of what? You're right, small l. Okay. Okay, so what do we mean by that? It means, for example, the s orbital will look like something like this. That's the s orbital. And the p orbital will look like something like this. Okay, that's for the p orbital. So it tells us about the shape of that orbital. That's for the shape, which has a symbol of L. Okay, now we go to the orientation, which has what is the symbol of orientation? You're right, it's M sub L, small l. Okay, so what is the orientation? It means how many electrons can fit in orbital. Okay, the orbitals. Now we have s orbital, p orbital, d orbital, and f orbital. Okay. So we have S can fit maximum 2 electrons, P can fit 6 electrons, D can fit 10 electrons, F, can you guess how many electrons? You're right, 14. Okay, so that's about the orientation. Okay, so the last point is the spin, which has the symbol of what? You're right, M sub what? S. M sub S. Okay, so it tells about the spin that we have, that counterclockwise and the clockwise spin of an electron. And maximum an orbital can fit 2 electrons, okay? And you know what is an orbital. We're not talking about the orbitals like the s orbital, p orbital, d orbital, or the f orbital. Talk about those boxes. Remember in the electron configuration we had that boxes, those are the orbitals. So it can fit maximum 2 electrons with opposite spin. Okay, so that's for the spin. Now, if you're asking why do scientists always change that atom model, it's because all of the never scientists start arguing or start talking about the model and start saying that that model is wrong and our model is correct, and the other scientists they're going to start that argument about the model. They're going to at the end make a new model that everyone, all the scientists agree on it and they think it's correct, and they will apply it. So that's always what's happening. This is how they're changing the atom model. Okay, so that's all about our lesson for today, and hope it is useful. So if you want to take a quiz for that lesson, I'm going to leave a link about that quiz in the comment section below. So it will take me a little bit of time to upload that quiz. So you need to wait a little bit. So that's all about our lesson for today, and I hope it is useful.